Mm, 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 mm.
Person I know, my ex looked at me like, "You ain't funny."
Remember that story?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not funny because he's never seen that. So imagine me having suppressed myself
that's
all those
hard. That's
years,
rough.
and I
That's
was like, you
rough.
know what? You don't even know me.
Now it's really interesting to hear both Phil and Sierra go at it, talking about their experiences when it comes to being authentic in a relationship. The hardest thing in a relationship is to present your full self, especially if you've gone through some things in the past where your full self was not allowed to be celebrated or accepted or brought to the forefront. A lot of people go through situations in their childhood and their life where when they bring their authentic self, it is not rewarded, and it is shunned, and it is shamed, and it is made to feel like that shouldn't be brought up. And so a lot of people grow up not bringing their fullness to the table. They're not able to be their almost authentic self. I remember even myself, it's only been in the last 2 or 3 years where I've been able to live freely in myself. I'm a extroverted person. More of an ambivert, but I can be so extroverted. I want to dance. I want to sing. I want to be vibrant. And then there's times I want to be just secluded. I want to be on my own. I want to chill. And sometimes when you're being your extroverted self, you tone it down because you're afraid of how people are going to receive it. Hey, I'm a dancer on the street. You're going to accept it. Okay? You're going to like it. And if you don't like it, get on with it. But a lot of people haven't had that at time to get to that place because they've not been rewarded as such. And, they've been able to play the acting role for so long that it's now the norm. And it's hard to change that because you're afraid of what people are going to say or going to do when you fully show up. So let's talk a little bit about that authentic self with Phil and Sierra. Great conversation, actually. I really was looking for something that was going to be healthy and wholesome, and this was really it. So if you're new to the channel, do me a massive favor, like, share, subscribe to this channel. We're trying to get us to 100K by the end of the year. We'd love for you guys to help us do that as well. So if you haven't already done so, press that like button. And also don't forget to join our membership because we have lives every other week. And we had one just last night. Or the night before on Tuesday, talking about whether whether friendship has changed once you have sex. So you have some real conversations on this channel, and I like to have it that way, right? Because we want to have that space where we can get deep. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you join the membership. You can also join our Patreon if you want to be part of the Discord as well. But yeah, let's get in some conversations. Let's get in some real conversations. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. My throat ain't ready. It's not recovered yet. Let me go one more time. Stay hydrated, because you know what? No. Leave it. It's not happening. All right, cool. Let's get into it. My throat was like, "Nah, we ain't doing it, sir. We ain't doing it." All right, let's play a bit more.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel safe to be myself, and
And
that's scary.
when I got married, the things that I needed were suppressed, like the affection, like the
Oh,
intimacy.
Now, I love what Sierra said there because immediately she brought up something. The reason why she couldn't even express herself to the fullest hilt is because she was afraid. It wasn't a safe space. It wasn't a place that allowed her to flourish. It wasn't a place that allowed her to be free. It wasn't a place that allowed her to be her most authentic self because the space was restrictive. The space said, if you decide to be authentic self, bear in mind, you may get repercussions. You may get, you might get some pushback. And so the human mind tends to try and keep itself as safe as possible. So if there's something that's going to cause issues or problems, we tend to try and shy away from it because we're trying to keep the peace and we're trying to keep ourselves safe, right? Especially if you've been hurt in the past. You don't want to repeat the cycle. So your brain does whatever it can to keep you safe.
See, all that was suppressed, and she didn't get that to me anyway. So I would find it with other women.
okay.
So once I
Okay.
knew that, I'm like, I can't take her down these pathways of
Now, I think what Phil was talking about, the fact that it sounds like he was cheating. It sounds like his ass was cheating. Sounds like his ass was cheating. And listen, hey, look, I always say this. Pay attention to how people describe about their cheating because it's important. If they put the blame on other people, you'll be very much aware. When I cheated when I was a kid, when I was younger, yes, the reality of the situation was I was trying to get even. I was trying to let the person know you're not the only one that gets man here. You know, I get gal. You know what I'm saying to you? I was trying to prove something. And as much as I felt like there was things that the other person was doing to me that were painful and manipulative, it don't make no difference. I chose to do what I want to do because I wanted to do this. And a lot of times people try to behave as if they're reactionary or they're reactive to what happened as to why they cheated. No, no, no. You cheated because you wanted to. You cheated because you were looking for something. You cheated because you wanted this. You were looking for the way out. And that's just okay. It's okay to admit that we are at fault, and not have to blame other people. But, and then going back onto their conversation about being authentic, I love the fact that they're having that discussion, because what it does do is that it frees the other person as well. Like as soon as Phil kind of said it, Sarah was like, "Oh my gosh, saying the same thing." That authenticity, that freedom then goes on to other people. When you are your most authentic self, others win. When I'm out and about and I hear music, I dance. You know why? Because when I do, others will too. When I'm in the gym, I have my headphones in, I dance. You know why? I see other people in the gym who have their headphones. They're like, you know what, bro? Sometimes I want to dance too, but I'm a bit shy. I don't want other people to look. I'm like, bro, I don't give a heck. It frees other people when you're living in your authenticity, in your truth, because other people want to be able to have the power to do what you do, or at least do what they want to do, but they're afraid of the repercussions of the social norms and people saying stuff. I don't give a heck. I'm gonna dance. If you think it's embarrassing, that's your business. But I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna inspire some people that I need to inspire. Maybe you're not the person I need to inspire. That's okay. Move it along. And in relationships, people become afraid and put their representative up because they want love so much, they're afraid to lose it. And that's actually what Phil said. Phil said, if I hadn't been my true self, I doubt the relationship would have lasted as long as it did. Look, because he wanted to keep a relationship, because he wanted to have love, because he wanted to be in that space, he actually lied not only to himself, but to the other person. He actually robbed the other person and betrayed the other person by not presenting his full self. Because that other person now could not get the fullness of who you are and love you for who you are. And so, in some sense, they've been robbed of that opportunity. And so, you being authentic, you loving you coming to the table in your fullness and saying, "This is all of me. Accept it or don't accept it." It's so powerful, and also it means that you get the right kind of people in your life, because not everyone can handle you in your truth. Some people just can't do it. It's not for them, and that's okay, right? They've made their choice. But let me leave it there. Um, I think we've spoken quite well on this, and I love the fact that these two had this conversation. We can play a little bit before we go, and then we'll.
Pain and expect for things to be okay. I gotta leave. That's the best.
You gotta leave.
We got to get this out of the way up front. I'm gonna have to leave.
Now, I think he was talking about obviously leaving the relationship, because obviously if you know you're not getting what you want and you're beginning to obviously cheat, then you need to leave before you hurt the person majorly. And I agree with that. You do. You need to leave before you actually really do some real damage to that person, 100%. So look, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button, be your authentic selves, guys. Okay. Comment on the link down below. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded. We'll see you again soon.